Hey guys, Huntsville Hunter here. The ducks are flying and the deer are moving. So one of the things I like to do before the season gets started is take a look at my gear and determine what worked for me last year and what didn't, besides my shooting, and reassess. So I save money every month knowing I'm going to be making purchases to at least better my gear. And the one thing that was by far the worst was my, not ear protection, but ear assistance, being able to hear in the trees when that deer's approaching instead of thinking it's squirrels all around me. So I buckled down and I bought them. And what I'm going to do, this is a 3-part series. I paid cash for these. I'm not sponsored. I'm basically going to take them out to the range. I'm going to take them out to the woods. But let's do a little bit of unboxing and talk a little bit about why they have so many different models. Stay tuned. Okay, so when I was in the tree deer hunting last season, I was using a different product for hearing protection, and one of the things that I want to do is amplify my surrounding noise and then protect on the shot. Okay, we all want that, right? I have tinnitus right now. I have a high-pitched ring in both of my ears, and so I need assistance in that area. So the problem I had was that the amplification of the existing ear protection I was using, it amplified all noises from everywhere. So it wasn't focusing on specific noises. It was just giving me all noise louder. So squirrels in the leaves, you guys know that. The squirrel in the leaf is your first, is your newbie trick on, oh, that's a deer, nope, it's a squirrel. But I heard everything, wind, all of it. And so it didn't help me at all. It just made everything louder, right? So I started doing some research on where I could go. And yeah, there might be quite a few reviews. If you search on Google, you'll see lots of reviews of lots of products. A lot of guys go right to the price point, okay? So what I did instead is I looked at how the ear protection will isolate and enhance. So those are the two things you're looking for in ear protection. Isolating that loud blast and then enhancing the right frequencies for your eardrum to hear. So what Tetra's actually done, and the price point is what it is, but I think there's a reason why behind it, is that, when you have doctors designing and not a manufacturer designing, they spend more time on the ear itself. They have PhDs in ear functionality. So they came up with something called STO, which is Specialized Target Optimization. And basically what that does is it isolates certain noises and enhances others. So they have frequencies that we need to hear when we're hunting, right? And so what they did is they broke it down by the type of game you're hunting. So yes, they have a multifunctional earpiece. I went with the $6.99, the Waterfowl specific, and I'm going to tell you why, because I think I can use it for multiple as well. So they have a waterfowl, a turkey, an elk, a deer, an upland, and just the range. So obviously, that was out of reach for me price point wise. I think it was $1,500, $1,400 for the multi. That gives you all of those. But the reason why they do it that way is there's different frequencies according to their website. I'm taking this straight from their website. For STO, that acronym basically is telling us that when you're hunting certain game, there are certain sounds that need to be muted or enhanced. And then, obviously when we pull the trigger, we want our ears to be protected no matter what we're hunting. So what was happening to me last season was I would do my grunt call. I would do various different call types, even the rattling, and my ear protection would kick in. Like it would block the grunt, even the fawn call. It would block it, so I couldn't hear the call I was making. I didn't even know if it sounded right. Right? I know the cadence and the rhythm, but I didn't know if it really sounded like a deer. So the reason I went with waterfowl is because the frequencies in this hearing actually allows you to make duck calling, right? And I love hunting ducks. I'm gonna get into that too, as you've seen. It allows you to hear your duck call, which, by the way, deafens more ears than the shot itself. Sometimes you blow on those things loud enough. But the waterfowl does allow me to hear my call. And I needed that capability. I'm sure the deer does it too, but it focuses more on deer movement and vocalizations. I wanted my call to be clear. I still get enhancements, so that's what's great about this. So I'm excited. And what I'm going to do for you in this video is two parts. I'm actually going to take a look at what we bought, and then I'm going to go to the range, and then throughout the season, I'll just do little updates on how I'm hearing in the stand. Okay? So the box is pretty cool. It breaks down exactly what I was talking about, the specialized target optimization and the different ones they've made it for, the different game they've made it for. And maybe down the road I'll go multi-pursuit, but I'm going to try it out here. And they want to know. So Dr. Bill even says, hey, if there's something wrong, you don't like it, you paid a lot of money, let us know. We'll see what we can do. So what's cool about this is that it comes in a case so that there's no way. Is this waterproof? Yeah, so it looks like it's there's a rubber lining. So the case is waterproof. You can bring this whole thing with you if need be. You're traveling on a trip or whatnot. Oh, and here's one thing right away. Right off the bat, one thing they didn't do on the other ear devices. So you say, well, I only paid half price. These guys. So you can't do anything without getting started with those A10 batteries. So they give you some to start with. There's a case, a leather type case, where you get multi-ear inserts, right? So these are the inserts based upon the size of the ear hole. And there's an oval mesh, like some of you like the ear plug type foam, and some of you like the silicone. They've got both in different sizes, and I think that one of them is already on. So this is a case that I'll just actually clip to my bag, my pack that I'm bringing in. And I'll keep it all in here. I'll keep the batteries in there and the spare earpieces. Yep, they're on there already. Okay. So what the website told me is that this forms to your ear, right? And it holds into that groove, and I'll show what it looks like when it's in. I hope you can see that. So there's the motherboard that manages all the frequencies, from the blast to enhancing those sounds. And then it's as simple as, and you're all accustomed to this now, it's as simple as, you insert the battery right there, let it air out for about 30 seconds, and then you put it in, and away to go. So I do not see, nor do I think there is an on-off on these. So very similar to other brands, to turn it off, you got to take it out. This is a warning about making sure it fits snugly in your ear. But this is the case. This is a good travel case. I'm going to go ahead and put my tip on, the one I know works for me. I'll be right back with you. Okay, so there are 3 different sizes of silicone tips, and there are 3 different sizes of the foam tips. I always prefer the foam because I feel I get a better seal around my ear canal. The coloring is red means right side, green means left side. And that's how you do it. I'm going to put these on and show you. So I'm going to start with the medium size on the foam. I'm going to put it simply it just slides right on the tip. Okay, and now I'm going to insert it into my ear and show you how that works. Okay, so there's no battery in this device right now. I'm just going to show you the insert process. There is a flap of skin right here that you need to make sure that this tip goes into. So I twist it counterclockwise and then push it snug into my ear canal. Sorry, on the camera. So that's what holds it there. So this is the medium size one. See how that fits? And I'm just supposed to talk normal, so that, to see how much blockage happens. So I insert that in there, and I'm just supposed to talk normal to see how much blockage is actually happening, as you can see on that ear. Now I'm going to take it out, and just while I have you on camera, I'm just going to put the larger pad in and stick it right back in. Now I twisted it out clockwise, so I put it in counterclockwise and it's nice and snug in there, and then when I want to pull it out, I just pull counterclockwise to release it out of this flap of ear. So now this larger one definitely seals my canal better than the medium-sized one, so I will play with that and mess with that. Now let's go ahead and put a battery in. There are 3 audible settings. So there's a button that you tap, and there's, I guess it's of how enhanced you want the sound to be. So let's go ahead and put a battery in and see the difference. There is truly no easy way to do this with these tiny little batteries, but here's your battery holder. It's just a little lid that flips back, and you put the positive facing up, so this will slide down, and there's a little groove. You won't be able to see it, it's clear, but this battery has a little groove, and there's a little groove that it wants to slide right into, and you just can't mess that up, right? It just sits right in there, and then you'll take off. Now I have read that you want to let the air affect this battery type for 30 seconds or so. I don't know, to jump start it or whatever. Alright, so putting it in is that easy. Right here is the button that changes the audible levels. So I'm going to stick it back in my ear. Okay, so there's really no good way to show you this except just do it this way. So right now I have nothing going on. It's just conversation. I can hear words clearly. I can hear my voice clearly. If I push the button, I hear one single beep. If I push it again, now the amplification is louder. If I push it again, I get 2 beeps. I push it again, now 3 is extremely amplified. And so those are your settings. Now this is just the standard 60 model. The enhanced or advanced 90 model actually goes through it speaks to your ear and tells you what setting it's on. This is more manual. So now I'm down to 1, which is just a tad. It's just focusing on certain sounds. Now I'm not going to be able to tell you this, how well this is doing, until I get into the woods, but I hear just a slight enhancement, right, for very specific sounds is my guess. 2, and then 1, 2, 3 is the loudest, and I'm actually hearing myself speak as well, so it's quite amplified at that point. I twist it, I pull on the tip to slide it out counterclockwise, or clockwise, excuse me, and then to actually turn it off, you will flip up the battery and remove it. Okay, well that does it for part 1, which is just the unboxing and initial setup. Now we're going to go to the range, and I'm going to sight in. I got some scopes I need to sight in for my deer rifles, and then we are going to shoot with level 1, level 2, level 3 enhancements. See how that works. Let's see if my my actual thick foam ear protection is enough. See if it works. Stay tuned for that next video coming next.